So both of you do OnlyFans. How much do you make?
I make a lot.
How much per month?
I think it's like kind of tacky to say like exactly how much money you make.
I mean, it's
It's
tacky
not-
to be on OnlyFans in the first
Oh,
place.
Jeez!
shots fired.
I know. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. That's like bad vibes right there. Like, oh my god.
It's a bad vibe because she challenged you and told you it was tacky, and you know it is.
Disagreement is bad vibes.
But
So both of you do OnlyFans.
It got to a point where like I was 19 and I got kicked out of my house because I was like bringing over 6 dudes a night. Like it just was never.
6 dudes a night. The damage. What business have you got with 6 dudes a night for a week?
Enough was never enough. So yeah.
Wait, 6 dudes a night?
For like a consecutive week, yeah.
So 6 times 30? Wait.
Somewhere around there, yeah.
And how are you meeting these guys?
Usually dating apps. I have like a hard time approaching men. I usually just wait until they approach me.
So like, would you slot them in like 7 p.m., 8 p.m.,
Yeah.
9 p.m., 10 p.m.?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
And then I would even,
No, go ahead.
I'd say I would even like have like my backup guys to where it was like if this guy didn't come tonight, then I would invite this guy, and then if he did come, if the first guy did come, then I'd tell the other guy, oh, I'm busy, like I can't, make it or whatever. It got to a point where like
Wow. She is for the streets. 30 in a week. That's a lifetime. That's a lifetime.
With a high body count.
Depends on
Good
your
at-
age.
I mean, for me, you can do whatever you want, but for me, over 10 for me, it's
Fair.
like, what are you doing?
No matter the age. 25, 35.
I'm not dating women in their 30s.
With a high body count.
Depends on
Good
your
at-
age.
I mean, for me, you can do whatever you want, but a lot of people think boundaries for relationships are to keep the woman trapped and oppressed and like some sort of just like subjugation. But reality, it's to protect your relationship for the two of you. Boundaries aren't there just for one person. They're from two of you. The guy's not there just trying to like control you, be like, oh, you must be under my thumb because you're a woman. I think a lot of you girls like take it that hard left extreme or hard right, whatever,
See, and he's right. Because we're not doing a controlling thing, fellas. You say this is what you're about or not about. If they don't want to do that, then they don't have to. You don't make anybody do anything they don't want to do. If they're for the streets, leave them for the streets.
What makes a high value woman?
Oh, God.
What's that?
Concepts foreign to you. Modesty, being demure.
Modesty. What does modesty?
Yeah, modesty.
What does it mean? I think you know what it means. You just heard it many years ago and chose to ignore it.
Character, modesty in appearance, modesty in her demeanor.
You just don't like it when a woman is outspoken. You're intimidated by that.
You just met me like 10 minutes
well,
ago.
okay.
And
let's-
you're what makes a high
You see, the thing is, we're not intimidated by outspoken. Now, some people say, oh, I'm real, I tell it like it is. Being real is not always telling it like it is. It's about having some tact. It's about thinking before you speak. This one, I've seen her before, and she's lost.
I'm so sorry to say, but I feel like sometimes when him is saying that he agrees with me, I feel like I'm saying something wrong towards women. You're just very anti-woman, I feel like.
I'm not anti-woman, no. You have a very anti-male stance. I don't know what happened with you, but some men seriously traumatize
What do you think happened to me?
something in your family.
Oh,
I
Jesus
have a
Christ.
very
Okay.
wonderful dad. My dad is very present in my life. My dad is a man.
A few minutes later.
Do I listen to my own dad and mom?
You
Not really.
should.
There you have it. My dad is very present. What does that mean? The shopkeeper's very present in my life. What does that mean? I'm going to listen to him? These people are
I'll tell you
stupid.
this right now.
Okay, hold
Okay.
on, hold on.
You're
And
very
do you
rude.
think
You're very
I'm
rude.
very rude. I came here to give
You're
my
very
opinion.
rude.
I was invited here to give my opinion. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. And you're not gonna shun me. You're not gonna.
Can you imagine listening to that voice? And you're not going to shun me. It's the dragging of the sound that really does my head in. I can't listen to her.
Who controls access to sex, men or women?
Women. Women.
Yeah, so I would say hookup culture, if we want to see hookup culture stop, because women kind of control when sex happens. So, do you have anyone to blame but yourselves on that one? You know? Thoughts?
Silence.
Okay, yeah, crickets. Here we go.
See, that's just exactly it. We don't control the access to sex. You do. So hookup culture is your creation.
Japanese women are very feminine. They're very demure. They're very modest. They're not combative. They're not trashy. They're not outspoken and loud and obnoxious. They are very honorable women in the sense that they don't just do something and think like, oh, what is this effect going to have on me? They think, oh, what is this going to make my dad look like? What is this going to make my mom look like? What is this going to make my grandma look like? So that's a really good girl to have around, a woman that considers what her actions are going to affect not only her but everybody around her. Japanese women are
See, and that's a good point. It goes back to that girl with 6 a night. I've spent my time, energy, everything trying to raise my daughter, and she's that damaged that she's bringing 6 guys home a night. Daddy failed. Nobody else. Daddy failed to get through to his child.
Let's say your boyfriend was going to the strip club 2 times a week. Would you have an issue with that?
Yeah, because that I feel like that's already an unspoken rule in a relationship. You don't
Wow.
go into the strip club.
Well, you shouldn't go to bars and clubs when you're in a relationship.
Is that an unspoken rule?
I mean,
I-
yeah,
It is.
it is.
It kind
It's
of
like
is.
common
Yes.
sense.
You shouldn't really be like partying with your single female friends or single friends for that matter if you're in a relationship.
What is the positive
Well, you guys
ROI
are older.
on,
Maybe
listen,
that's what you think in your own dating life, but we're young. That's not how it works for us.
she's 20 and she agrees with us. She's
Okay.
younger than you,
Okay.
so then your entire argument just went down the trash.
Let's say
Yes, it did. Girl's too silly.
What makes a high value woman?
oh god.
What-
No, they-
That could be the same thing with you at the height. Like, you can't demand somebody be 6 foot, you're 5'2".
Okay.
Well, you can, and the thing,
That's still my
but-
preference.
but
So
it's men's
it's
preference.
men's preference for the low body
it's a
count.
stupid preference.
See, it's only stupid because you don't understand it, and it doesn't serve you. That's why. You're very
Then how does it
self-centered in the
serve
way you view.
It doesn't serve you. He needs to be 6 foot. You're 5'2". What about the rest?
An average guy, he can't easily just go and hook up with 3 girls a week.
How would they know about their high body count? A girl
There's-
can lie.
Like, you could read the chat, and
Probably like what, 14, 15-year-old little boys?
yeah, everybody's wrong
Well-
except for you. You're the eternal victim, and everybody's the big bad guy. Solid way to get.
You can tell a high body count by the way she speaks, the way she moves. You just know. You can tell me you've been with one. But we know. It's our job to know. And if you don't know, now you know.
Who controls access to sex, men or
We saw that.
what standards do Japanese women have that differ from Western?
I'm not gonna be with this girl because she slept with 10 guys. Oh my gosh, she's such a but you on the other hand slept with 250 girls. You don't have an opinion on the girl's body count. Your body count is high. Just stop.
That's you can say
Right
the same
there,
thing.
the conversation's over.
That could be the same thing with you at the height. Like, you can't demand somebody be 6 foot. You're 5'2".
Okay, that's still my
But-
preference.
Oh, you see? Okay, but that's still my preference. And what is his preference? No one that has been run through like there's no tomorrow.
This girl needs to understand that you can judge yourself objectively versus subjectively. I can love myself but also be realistic about how I look. If in fact I'm obviously not a 10.
There are objective measurements to beauty.
In my eyes, I think I'm a 10.
Right, that's why I said objectively.
Yeah.
You said subjective.
So wait,
That's what, in your eyes, that's what subjective means.
This girl needs to understand that you
I just want to address one thing. A few of you guys said we're bringing up the being assaulted and stuff, being worried walking home at night. Actually, men are more likely to be victims of violent crime.
Violent crime
Who's
probably
more likely
so,
to
but
commit
we're talking.
violent
Yeah.
It doesn't. That doesn't.
Also, I was.
That doesn't matter. How does that matter? If I'm walking out on the street by myself and I'm more likely to be the subject of violent crime, I don't care if it's a man, woman, bear, tiger. That's the facts, but they just skirt over it. They just skirt over it. No, it's fine for you. You're all right. You're a man.
Men are still the victims
The gender of the perpetrator of someone who has victimized you doesn't undo the fact that you've just been victimized. So it's kind of
You're right,
irrelevant.
but
I just want to address one thing.
You're right, but there is no but.
like I'm actually quite shocked at how dysfunctional this panel is and how nobody can maintain long-term relationships. Let me explain, right? So I'm actually pregnant with a girl right now. So I'm having a daughter, and being here is like terrifying because I have to see like the world that my daughter is going to come up in, and I don't want like what you guys are experiencing. I would never want or wish for my daughter. I don't want my daughter to be used by like some guy in high school or like some guy in college, because that's what's going on. Because we're talking about dating and situationships. We're giving our bodies to these men, and I don't want her to be used by some guy who could care less. You know, I want her to be able to exercise discernment and have better options. Like I'm actually quite.
Well, this is it. She summed it up nicely. Please like, share, and subscribe if you've enjoyed what I've done today. If not, positive vibes.